Chapter 9 review. This is a test. So most of these I'm going to use examples to do, and so that you can see how to do it. But this will not be the answer for your paper. Okay, let's start. Because your paper should look like this. It should be a pink colored paper, and it should have Chapter 9 review on it, starting with continue the patterns, write -1, -10, or -100, and explain which one of them is that pattern. So let's look. Okay, for example, here is the patterns, -1, -10, -100. So let's look at our first pattern. We have 4 in the hundreds. They're all the same. Let's look at the tens. The tens all have 0, so let's try the ones. 9, 8, 7. Can you see the pattern is changing? So what will be the next number? 409, 408, 407, or 40, you're right, 6. So it looks like the only thing that has changed is the ones, and it has been subtracted each time. So the pattern is -1. So now let's look at the next one. Here we have the 5s. Let's look at the hundreds. 5, 5, 5. Let's look at the ones. 0, 0, 0. Now let's look at the tens and see what happens. 5, 4, 3. The tens have changed. So we know that we'll go down 550, 540, 530, and 5, that's right, 520. So this time, we've changed by tens. So let's look right here. We're changing -10. Okay, now let's look at the next one. So we have, let's look at it. The ones are all the same. They're 0. The tens are all 0. So let's look at the hundreds. 9, 8, 7. What would be next? That's right, 6. 9 is like we're counting off for a rocket to go off. Here we go. 900, 800, 700, 600. So we have 600. So now we know that the place value that has changed is -100. Now you will do the same thing on yours, but there will be different numbers there. But it's the same idea. But remember, it may not be -1, -10, -100. It could be -100, -10, -1. It could be -10, -1. I don't know what the order is. So you have to look and check each place value to know. Now let's go to the next one. Examples from 4 to 11 are going to be done one of these two ways. Okay, so the first one is 6 minus 3. Remember, this is example. This is not on here. Okay, it would be 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 5 minus 1 is 4. So you don't need to regroup anything. You just have to subtract. So that's going to be super easy on that one. Now let's look at this one. Okay, you have 2. You cannot take 3 away from 2. So we have to borrow and regroup the tens. Make that a 6. And then take that 10 plus 2 makes it a 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. 6 minus 4. What's 6 minus 4? That's right, it's 2. And then 6 minus 3 is 3. So you see, on this one, we did not need to regroup, but we needed to regroup on this side and borrow from the group of tens. Now, we're going to look at another one. You will see on the bottom of your page, 12 through 14. Again, this one is not on your paper. Even though this is on the very bottom, there's 3 on the bottom for you to do. This is just an example of what to do. So, on this case, we're looking to see if you're going to be taking from the hundreds and putting the groups of tens into the tens. So, if we do that, and we take away one of the hundreds, if you take away one of the hundreds, that means there's going to be 5 hundreds. And then you took, remember, a group of 10 tens and put them in the tens. So it's like saying 5 tens plus 10 tens, which means it's going to equal 15 tens. And then the ones, must stay the same. So this is the example of what you will be doing for 12, 13, and 14. Remember, do not write this down because it is just an example, but this will be helping you to know what you need to do when you regroup the hundreds, and you take away the hundreds and it becomes a 5, and you take that 10 tens and move them over, and 10 plus 5 is going to be 15. Now, let's look at the examples. We'll be turning our page. So now we are on page 424. Okay, so we're on the other side. And we're going to look at what the different examples. Remember, this is examples again. This is not in your workbook or on your worksheet, okay? So let's look at the example. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then you have 3 minus 6. Well, you can't do that, so you have to regroup. So you go over to the hundreds, and you make that a 6, and you put your another 10 tens over here, and 10 tens plus 3 tens is 13 tens. So 13 tens minus 6 is 7, and then 6 minus 2 is 4. So you have 472 for our example. Now, let's look at the next one, another example. Remember, this is not on your worksheet. You have 3 minus 5. Well, you can't take 5 from 3. So you have to regroup the 1, make it a 0. You're taking 10, a group of 10, moving it over, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So now, 13 minus 5 is 8. Now we have another problem because now we have 0 on top, and you can't take 2 away from 0. And so you're going to have to borrow and regroup from the hundreds. So let's look at the hundreds, cross it out. Now there will be 7 hundreds, and then you are going to be adding that 10 tens to the 0, which will make it 10. So now 10 minus 2 is 8, and 7 minus 4 is 3. So here you can see where we've only had to regroup and borrow the tens and the hundreds. And here you have to use all 3 of them. You have to change the ones, tens, and the hundreds. Oops. Okay, now let's look at 19 through 22. Again, this is an example. If you'll notice on your sheet, there are 4 of them that are horizontal. And it's often hard to do them horizontally. So what you're going to do is either on another piece of paper or either on the side of your paper, you're going to do these vertically. And that's why I have an example for you vertically. See, I put 513 minus 162. And this is horizontally, and then this is vertical. So now we're going to subtract 3 minus 2, that's easy, 1. But you have to borrow on the tens because you can't take 6 away from 1. So we'll be borrowing from the hundreds. We'll make that 4 groups of 100. And then we will add the 10 groups of 10 to the 1 group of 10 and make that 11 groups of 10. And so now we will do 11 minus 6, which is 5. And then we'll do 4 minus 1, which is 3. So your answer is 351. Now remember, this is not in your book, so do not write this down on your worksheet. This is just an example to show you what you need to do for those 4 in that section. Now, the next part is showing you how you must subtract, and then you must add to make sure you check your answer and make sure it's correct. So let's see. We're going to subtract. We can't do that, can we? Because if we have 3, we can't take away 5. So we're going to have to borrow from the tens. So we'll take 1 group of 10 away and make it a 5. We'll add that 10 plus 3, which equals 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 5 minus 3 is 2. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. So we're going to move that up to the top. I'm going to get in front of it because I like to make sure that it's in the correct place, because if you don't have it, remember, in the right place value, it can come out to be a different number. So let's look. So So now we are adding, we are not subtracting. Make sure you always look and see if we're adding or subtracting because it makes a difference. Okay, here we go. So we have 8 plus 5, which is 13, and then you bring the 1 up and you carry it, and then you have 2 plus 1 is 3, then 3 plus 3 is 6, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. So your answer is 463. Does that match the top number? It does, so we did it right. Now remember, this one is not on your paper. So this is just an example to show you how to do 23, 24, and 25 so that you can check your answer. Don't forget to bring the answer for the subtraction to the top, and the one that is already there being subtracted just goes straight over, and then you add them to see if you come up with the same number that's on the top. Okay, now let's look at number 26. Now this one we will do together, and then you'll have to get the answer for it, but I'll at least get you started. Okay, it says, the sum of two numbers is 750. The lesser of the two numbers is 173. What is the difference of the two numbers? Represent the situation with models or equations to help you solve the problem. So in this space that you have below or on a piece of paper, you're going to be writing this like this. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 750 minus 173. So let's look at that. You have 0. Can you take 3 away if you have nothing? You're right, we can't. So let's go to the next one. And let's look at the tens. We're going to have to borrow and regroup that into a 4. Then add the 10 to 0, which will equal 10. So 10 minus 3 is going to be 7. And now you have 4, take away 7. Well, that won't work either, will it? So we've got to go over to the hundreds, and we have to regroup the hundreds and make that a 6, and then we'll move those 10 groups of 10 over to the 4 groups of 10, and 10 plus 4 is 14. Now 14 minus 7 is 7. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So you can see I have my arrow already up there. You will be moving the 577, and I'm going to again make sure I'm lining it up right. 577 up on the top, and then you will add that up to see if you come up with 750, because this number must match this number so that you can find out what it is. And I'm going to let you do that part yourself, because this is the actual answer for what we're doing, and then you'll know what the difference is. So that is what our lesson for today in math. Remember, this is a test, so please take your time and do it correctly. No rushing, because there are many of you, my whole class is such a smart class. I tell people that all the time. You're so sweet and kind and thoughtful. Sometimes you talk a little too much, but so do I. But we know that if you take your time and you look at the questions and you look at them carefully, you'll get a really super grade, because this is such a smart class. So I will see you in just a little bit, and I'll be teaching you your next English. I love you guys, and I miss you so much.